All right, we are on. We are on. What's going on, people? Welcome back to another stream. Back to another Asia stream. Apologies, guys, didn't jump on Asia on Tuesday. We're back here now. Back here for this lovely Asian session. Look at Nasdaq yesterday. Yeah, see if we get some plays today. I'm only going to be here for an hour today, guys. So we'll see if we get anything in this first hour. If not, I'll probably wait for London. But let's see if we can get some movement on Asia today. I'm just clearing up my levels and my alerts, and we'll start the analysis from scratch in a second. I'll let the guys in on Zoom as well. Oh, look at that, 6 people on Zoom showing up for the bank. All right, let me share screen. Make sure my mic is on. Cool. All right. What's going on, Zoom guys? Welcome back.
How you going, bro?
Hey, how's it going, man? Good to have you on the stream.
Fuck yeah. I'm not doing much.
Good man. Let me put this over here. What hours do you usually do, man? You like flat out during the day?
Yeah, it's usually like 6 to 3, depends. Bigger.
Three's not too bad.
Early.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because I'm like in construction mainly. Work like fucking start at 6:30.
Yeah.
Usually finish at 2:33. Some days at 4 o'clock.
No, that's good, man. That's
Just
good.
depends, eh?
Yeah, that's good, man.
Not bad.
That's good.
It's good because I usually get London in, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, which is perfect, man. That's the good thing about being in Australia is like you can catch it so well. Like when I was trying to do it back in the UK, I was like, I would start work at like the London Open, so it's like literally impossible. So you have it pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's shit. Yeah.
Let me just move this over here. Who else we got joining? What time is it? 5 more minutes. Who we got on Zoom? The chat over here. Yeah, well, I'll use today's session as more of like a... Yeah, well, if we get some trades, amazing. Well, I'll definitely take some trades, you guys. But I'm also use today for like a kind of recap / mentoring sort of session for you guys, and just I want to show you guys just like the fucking power of just executing exactly what you see. Like our levels on gold yesterday, like all of our liquidity points got absolutely smashed. Even if we just caught like 10 ticks of the move, amazing. Came up, grabbed these highs, dipped like 13, came back up for the retest, dipped like another, what was this, like another 20. So it was great. Yo, Antonio, what's going on, man? Hey, bro, good morning from Saudi Arabia. Good morning, man. Good morning. Saudi Arabia, what time is it in Saudi Arabia? Let me just turn this off here. Is it like 2 AM in Saudi Arabia or something crazy? Let me just get my clocks up here. But yeah, we'll get started in like 5 minutes. I'll just see if any more Zoom guys are going to join in, and then we'll get going. 3 AM, yeah, you're on that grind, man. Good job on that Asia grind. But yeah, gold just had a nice little push in this little... I could have actually taken the longs back up, but I didn't. But it bounced back off this support, back up another 17 ticks. Like it's a very, very nice little range here on gold at the minute. That's a nice bounce. And I'll recap that little scalp that I took just before. It's a very, very simple trade. Not going to take much to break it down, but I'm also want to share with you guys the psychology behind it and the power of just actually executing what you see, because that's all we can do here. What have I got after fees and commissions? Like what, 1,400 something on the day? So what time is it? 56. Wait a few more minutes and then we'll get started. Look at that. YouTube guys have already got 10 likes. Let's just get straight into it. If anyone is late, you can go back and watch. But yeah, let's have a look at gold. So obviously we had CPI yesterday. I didn't really trade much of after CPI. I didn't trade at all after CPI because it was so volatile. And, you know, getting in a trade anywhere in this noise with a valid stop loss is very difficult. You know, you could probably scalp like 10, 20 ticks. Like, these are probably big moves. Like, just in this little range is like 20. But is the risk worth the reward after a day like CPI? Absolutely not. For me anyway, not for me. So I didn't trade after CPI, but leading up to CPI, for you guys on, even for you guys on YouTube, I gave all of these levels yesterday, all these double bottoms. The price had to come down and liquidate this double bottom, liquidate this daily low, and then these were kind of the intraday levels we were looking at in Discord as well. Came up, grabbed these highs, broke down, came back for the retest, pushed down again, and then, you know, as this spiked out these highs and ripped the lows, this like entire move happened. Oh man, it was in like 5 seconds. Wicked up the highs one more time and then completely ripped all of this liquidity in literally like a minute, if that. It was a very, very quick play. But today for the US dollar, we have, what we got today? We got some unemployment claims pre-New York again, which is going to be pretty interesting. You got pretty interesting because if you look at how the daily closed on gold, like, it didn't actually do that much. You know, it's closed. Actually, no, it's closed pretty bearish on an it's closed bearish. It's not like, you know, I was expecting to see like a huge push off the back of that CPI. We have closed, you know, back below this support that we were talking about on the Sunday market call. If you guys were on the Sunday call, we called this entire move back down, which, you know, from the market open. What here? You came up, you create that top wick just from these regions is like 200 ticks down. So if you guys did execute some of that, very well done. And yeah, now we have gold trading below this level on the daily, and then, you know, the next support on gold is kind of going to be actually kind of in it actually. You're kind of in the daily support. I'm just looking left. I'm not even looking at this wick here. I'm looking left. So you got this support. Kind of bring it up a little bit to incorporate this little wick. And kind of go through the bodies. Yeah, so I'll leave it here. They got that support there. Support, broke, resistance, broke, support. So it's a pretty interesting level right now. That's why we're kind of seeing this little bounce. You came down. Yesterday wicked out the previous daily low, but never actually closed below that low. So that's also very, very important. I'm gonna write that down. I want to do a video on that for you guys on Zoom as well. I got so many videos in the work for you guys on Zoom to adapt the intraday plan. Where's the videos? Here we go. So what did I just say? Closures below daily wicks. Cool. Yeah, I'll do a video of that at some point. But the fact that gold hasn't closed below the previous low is quite interesting, and you may, you know, probably just range in this level, but I'd be surprised to see it come back down and, you know, close below this support today. I mean, unemployment claims can do anything, but if the daily had closed below that low, I'd be looking for this to continue pushing down. But there's gonna be a little 3-pin pattern here to come back up and drive, you know, back up into these highs. And if you take a look at gold on the weekly, I haven't had a look yet, but I know gold on the weekly is grabbing some weekly lows. Yeah, here. So we're grabbing some weekly lows on gold, but we haven't actually closed back below this weekly support, which is a very, very big level. So we're trading around a very, very big level with unemployment claims coming out later on. So it could really give a turn for anything on gold. You know, we're looking pretty heavy right now, bearish on the daily. But on the weekly, we are at very, very big support. And if this weekly closes back above this level, I think it's time to come and grab some weekly highs on gold. You know, before this little drop down, you didn't really come and grab any weekly highs. Same as all the way up here. None of these highs have really been grabbed. So if you can see gold start to flip, you know, in the next couple of weeks, you could see gold all the way back up at like, what, back to 1950, and then you never know, all the way back to 2000. Which is pretty interesting. But in terms of today, let's have a look, see what we got going on for this Asian session. Let me just see what we got on stream. Make sure I'm showing the right screen.
Hey,
Yeah.
Aaron,
Yeah, man.
do you like swing trade gold, or you mainly like scalp it?
Yeah, I used to, man. I used to swing trade gold a lot.
Yeah.
That's kind
What
of
sort of setups do you look for as a swing? Would you, if it bounced off that support and resistance, would you look for a swing further into those weekly highs?
honestly, man. Like the like from a technical perspective, honestly, man, the exact same we do from an intraday. Like the elements are the
You can
exact
carry it
same.
over. It's just on a bigger scale, I guess.
Yeah, pretty
If
much.
you look
Like
at more higher time frame,
yeah,
uh,
definitely, man.
yeah,
When I was swing trading, I wouldn't go any less than the 15, and so I'd be rare to go on the 15 to be
yeah,
honest. I'd
okay.
mainly trade like the 30 and the hourly, but
Yeah, yeah,
I grew my account a lot from swing trading gold because if you swing
yeah,
trade gold for
yeah,
like 500 pips, which for a swing trade is a great position, like from here to here. What's this? This is 600 pips.
yeah, it's massive.
Since the market opened, we're just talking about this push down we talked about shorts here. From market open here again, came up, grabbed the highs. From here to here is 200 pips, man. You take that with you don't need a huge position. Take like
Yeah, that's it.
0.0, like 0.1, 0.5. You swing 200
Yeah,
pips, man. You're killing it.
yeah, that's good. Because I've thought about getting into swing trading a bit more to try and build that capital up.
Hmm.
And yeah, I was watching a video, like the hedging one,
Yep.
yesterday. That was really insightful.
Yeah. Good
Like
man.
sort of securing your positions better when you're in those bigger swing trades.
Yep.
So yeah, that made so much sense. I was watching that going, oh yeah.
Yeah, hedge trading is one of them things that I still to this day don't really see any other trading gurus talk about. But hedge
Yeah,
trading
I've never
is
really seen anyone talk about it.
yeah, no one. I think if you ask someone what is hedge trading, they'll think you open a buy and sell at the same time, which is absolutely not hedge trading.
Yeah, yeah,
But hedge trading and holding runners is so important because when you get to a point like if you caught shorts from down here and you've closed like 80%, but if you leave like 10%, 20% from here, which at the time may not seem like a lot, by the time it gets all the way down here, that runner is like a hedge for you to be able to take like 2 or 3 positions completely risk free.
yeah,
If you take 2, 3 losses trying to go long down here, well then you just close that runner and you're back flat on the day. And you
yeah,
can
yeah, exactly.
and
Yeah.
that's having one
The way
there,
you
one
explained it
there.
made so much sense too, like anchoring yourself in the market.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it just made so much sense. Because I've never really messed around with any sort of swing trading or never known much about hedging, but
mm,
I want to get into it a bit more, just like smaller lot sizes.
yeah,
Just
absolutely,
see how it goes.
definitely, man. Hedge.
I just don't really know the setups though, like the strategy, but if it's
Let me see. If I
fairly
can show
similar
you.
to your scalping or like intraday stuff.
Yeah, so if you go on Discord, let me just have a quick look. If you go on Discord and if you go on like the trade breakdowns channel, watch some of the old ones because they're pretty much all swing trades.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Yeah.
It's only the most recent ones, like for the past like 6 months, that are all going to be like intraday. But prior to that, they're pretty much all going to be swing trades, man, and it'll break it down a lot. But it's the same elements of
yeah,
the liquidity grabs, the break above levels, the exact same
Yeah.
stuff, just on a higher
Yeah,
time frame.
yeah.
It'll give you a lot
Yeah.
more freedom as well.
yeah. Yes, sweet.
Which broker would you use for swing trading? David, I used to use Blueberry Markets. I use Blueberry Markets for FX. But yeah, swing. At some point, I will definitely go back to swing trading. Like when I either can't or don't want to be on the charts. I mean, I only even now I spend like 2 hours on the charts max, same as swing trading. But if I want to just take a position and kind of do what I did this morning, it's definitely a good feeling when it plays out and you spend a fraction of the time. When swing trading, you don't have to watch like every 5 minute closure. When you execute a swing trade, you're mainly managing it off like the hourly, the 4 hourly, and the daily. So it's like you need to come and watch it at like the end of the day or at an hour. It's like, cool, I've executed the position on my phone. On my laptop, let me just pop up my phone on the go and just see how the hourly's forming. Is the hourly closed good? Yeah, amazing, cool. Let me come back and open my phone in another hour.
That's another reason why I wouldn't mind getting into swing trading. It's a bit easier for me and work
Yeah.
to be able to have open positions when I'm really not trading.
Yeah.
But it's sort of scary.
Yeah.
Not being able to manage it as well as I could.
Well, that's the thing. You have to, like with swing trading, you do have to be very patient. Like it's all well and good, like, you know, taking a position and just letting it run, but
yeah,
it brings in the whole psychology of like, can you actually let it run? Like letting a position run, like, you know, 200-300 ticks, it's mentally very, very difficult.
See, that's so different to just as opposed to letting it 10 or 20 tick run a go.
Yeah. It's
way different.
It's a whole different ball game.
More psychology. How good.
yeah, more psychology. Yeah, it's a massive
never
part.
ends, bro.
No, never. How do I join in Zoom? Raj, it's just for the people in Discord, man. You guys on YouTube can just like feel free to chat away in the YouTube chat. I'll still answer you guys' questions as well. But yeah, having a look at see what we kind of got going on for today. Let me go back to the currency chart here. I'll get rid of these levels now. You guys can see these levels of, you know, literally liquidate every single. And this is why gold's so key. Literally will liquidate some highs before the real move every single time. Every single time. Here, grabs the highs, push down. Grabs the highs, push down. Grab the lows, push higher. Grab the highs, push down. Grab the lows here, push higher. So these have all been grabbed now. So I'll get rid of these just to make it a little bit cleaner. And let's just kind of, you know what, let's just start from, let's just get rid of everything. Let's just start from scratch. Let's get rid of this. So I'll leave that high. That's the previous daily high that we've been watching as a potential level to come and get grabbed at some point. But from an intraday perspective, we're already actually seeing quite a nice bounce here. So I had to be quick on this. We're already seeing like, you know, a pretty nice bounce off this support. Very simple. When I jumped on this morning, and this is why I took this very little small play, we had, and this is already a lovely bounce. So when I jumped on this morning, we had a lovely double bottom down here, which I already knew was going to get grabbed. So you see here, you have this low, price bounces off that support. That's literally a retail trap for people trying to jump in longs. You know, you see this nice rejection. People try to jump in long here, looking for this big play up. At any region, once price comes into like a key broken support level, I'm shorting into that liquidity. You know, from these highs, once the 5 minute flips back bearish, you take the short down into some lows. There's 16 ticks for the day. So that was the only reason for taking that very quick scalp. There was no bottom wick on the daily. The bottom wick's now been formed. The lows have also now been grabbed. So we'll do the exact same thing to the highs. We have nice rejections at this current resistance right now. The more you reject here, the more people are going to be trying to jump in some shorts, stops above that high, looking for this to have a play back down. There's been no real entry to take this long, really. The 5 minute did flip back above, but you'd be looking for a quick little retest to drive it higher, pretty much here. You get the break, you get the little top wick and then drive, whereas this 5 minute candle opened and instantly pushed up. So, you know, you can already see anyone shorting this level right now on gold is about to get stopped here. If we can dip low before grabbing this, you know, amazing. You could see that hedge, but you've already 5 minutes come down, grabbed the previous low, rebroken the highs, already pushing up like almost 6 ticks. The max 2 a.m. here. Good man, you're on that grind. So if anyone who's just joined the stream, this is not a position I'm in. This is just to show what retail traders may be looking at, and just going based off what we've just said in terms of, you know, gold's coming up to grab previous 5 minute highs and lows before a real move. Kind of what we're seeing right now. If we reject from here and dip low without grabbing this high, I'll be buying it back up into that. But it kind of looks like it's already happened. Same here. You know, you see this rejection like this. Again, the more you reject around anywhere above here, retail jump in shorts here. Shorts don't work out. They keep jumping in shorts, and that's why the more you reject, rejection. People see rejections, jump in shorts. Where's their stop going to be? Right above here. So the more you reject here, the more likely you're going to see that grab. And at any point, you know, if you can get longs up into that resistance, amazing. You kind of had this little left shoulder head, came back down for that right shoulder. It was a lovely buying opportunity. You got like 10 ticks up into the highs. But because we're already at them highs, we now need to see how we're going to react. And if you can get rejection here on gold, you know, you may see this overall left shoulder, this is the head, this is the big neckline, come back down for that right shoulder before then potentially seeing a pushback higher. So let's just see how we're going to react around this high. You know, you kind of got the 30. If I go back to the 30, I haven't gone onto the futures chart yet, but if we go here on the 30, this is where you have that resistance probably about here. I'm just looking at this body closure here. You know, you got that fake out there, support, tried to push up, failed to push up, broke back below. So come back up to retest that level, you may see a little rejection back down. That lovely wick this morning would have been, look, buying off that wick, you know, you're already up like 15 ticks back up. 15 down, 15 back up, 30 for the day, that's you done. But yeah, let's see how we react on this high. We're still already rejecting without grabbing it, which is very nice. If you come grab this low, you could look for some longs. Love you, brothers. 10:12 a.m. in Melbourne. Yeah, same as me, man. Quarter past 10 in the morning. We got the coffee on the go. And everybody taking a little scalp this morning. But yeah, the more, like I say, the more gold teases around this high, the more likely you're going to see a spike up into that resistance. Like I say, if you can reject from here, amazing. I'd look to buy up into that, but you kind of already had that little setup there. I wasn't watching it then, but you kind of already had this out there. Grab the previous 5 minute lows, re-break the high, push up. But if you can come down and grab these lows without grabbing that high, then there's your buying opportunity. Do you wake up when I go to sleep? So, which is, you know, 6 ticks and highs. Not the biggest of move if you can get a worthwhile stop loss. Not a bad little play. This is not a head and shoulders. What do you mean? Do you mean this? You kind of got one here, and gold absolutely loves the head and shoulders as well. You got one here, 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 and you could also have one here, here, and here. There you go. I think we're already just about to straight grab that high. When you grab the lows, where would your entry be? Good question, man. Good question. So for this example here, you know, when it grabs the lows, I wouldn't have taken this trade because I would be waiting for, you know, as soon as this 5 minute closes back above, amazing, that's the fake out confirmation. But I would be waiting for a quick little bottom wick to then take the flip of the high. And then you could be looking at that. You know, your stop loss is just based off if you close below this level. Hard stop would be here. But that would be your trade right there. And you're playing up into that resistance. But because the 5 minute didn't give a bottom wick, there's no real entry for me on this one. But you know, this one this morning, like right here, I don't need to draw on. There's this hourly resistance. So you want to be looking for something like this. 5 minute closes bearish, you get that little top wick, you short the break of the low. And then there's your entry. So that one worked out. This one hasn't worked out just yet. There you go, you're already grabbing them highs now. Thanks, Emperor. Hit the likes. Yeah, hit them likes, guys. Hit them likes. And that was the very, very little small, that position I'm talking about. That little play down there. Sell there and buy back into that little support. And that's as simple as it needs to be. But yeah, I would have loved to have rebought back here to catch this play back up into this liquidity. But like I say, I wasn't on there. Because you grabbed the previous 5 minute lows, you re-back bounced off this little head and shoulders level, and then you're already up like another 10 ticks right there. But now that we are grabbing this high, we want to be watching how this 30 is going to close, because this is still a pretty big wick and a pretty big level where you still may see a reaction to push back down on gold. So let me just get my charts back up properly here. Let me clean up my 30 levels here. See, this is that 30 level I had before. Bounced off it pretty well. You would have hit quite a bit of drawdown there. What? 14 ticks, not bad. Let me just clean up this 15 closed bullish. So 15's closed bullish above the level. So you could be looking for the 15 to come back up into, you know, back up somewhere into them regions. So yeah, bouncing up pretty nicely now. You know, you don't just want to short straight off a liquidity grab. You want to see a reaction off it. But because the 15's closed very bullish, you wouldn't want to short it at all. And now the next 15 level is going to be around like 132 on the futures chart. See it go up, pull back, and boom. Yeah, a little pull back, and I think you may see it drive higher as well. Yeah, I agree. Kind of breaking this little neckline on gold right now. But it's been a gold's been moving really clean recently, like really simple, really clean. Just been coming at weird times. It's been coming at random. I've been having to set a lot of alerts recently. But look at that, it's a nice bounce off that support. But I don't know if anyone.
Yeah, Goldie was pretty clean yesterday.
Yeah, very, man.
Had a couple really easy moves, like just bouncing off support, resistance, like just clean.
That's all it is. That's all you need.
Just coming at the worst time.
Yeah, just coming at random times. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, it's so weird.
But that's
so weird.
That's gold. Do you say you're close to...
Like before London yesterday, I had that big sell-off, like, pre-market.
Yeah, it was
and
that...
then even when it opened, it just ripped right back up, like 30 ticks or something.
Yeah, look at that. Like, even 6:30 London time. Dropped like 40 ticks before the London Open. And that's why London really...
Yeah, and it just went straight back up pretty much. As soon as it hit that resistance.
Break back above. Boom. Did you say you're close to passing your top step as well?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty close, man.
Good
about
man.
1,500 off.
Yeah, it's good, man. Don't rush it though.
Like one good trade away, just need the right one.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you get close to the end of like any challenge, man, that can honestly be the hardest part. So take it very patiently, but also don't hesitate. So you can have to find a balance.
It is, man. Do you want to drop it? Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's all your nerves and fucking you get anxious and
and you wanna.
Then you go into a bit of drawdown. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's fucking market psychology, man. But
just watch out for that. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully I'm just gonna take my time. If no setups come today or tomorrow, then hopefully next week.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, it's good though. Don't force it. You know, you can make that literally one trade.
That's it. And then hopefully knock that one out, and then I'm just gonna get the second challenge straight away and just leave that first one to sit.
Yep. Good man.
Try and get 2 funded, and then I'll start using one account to trade with, leave one as a backup.
Yeah, good man. Good shout. Great shout on that grind, leaving his team and joining the boys. You think shorts here would be viable if it flips bearish? Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. My only concern is the 15's closed pretty bullish. But I mean, if you can see this 5 flip back bearish, you may see a push lower. That 15 has closed pretty strong though. It's my only concern. That's the strongest 15 close we've seen all morning. But I mean, as long as you hold this level, I mean, shorts is not a bad idea. I would be a bit skeptical that this 15 is going to wick up a little bit more though. But I mean, if you take this current 5, you got a sell stop below the low. If it doesn't flip bearish, then you don't take the trade. So this is 30. 30 is going to close in 9 minutes. If the 30 closes back above this level, then if anything, you want to be looking to take gold higher. You can't jump in longs because of the way that 5 minutes closed. And you haven't really grabbed any lows. Do you find rhythmic slower than charts right now? Yeah, it can be a little bit, man, especially in Asia. It can be, man. I mean, look, like the little scalp I took this morning, because it's Asia, you know, my fill was like, it was a little bit higher than where I executed. I mean, it's only by like, you know, like a pip or something, but yeah, in Asia, it's not as, you know, I think I got short like around here, and then my entry was actually like, yeah, like a little bit higher. Yeah, whilst we're waiting for gold to play, I'll show you guys the short I took this morning. I kind of already showed you, because it's like, it's just so simple, and this is, this is why literally the hardest part of this game is the psychology. The technicals on gold, as long as you can execute well, which brings in the psychology part, the technicals can be so simple. This was it's a tiny move. This is all I took this morning, and this was literally based off the fact that, and look at the entry on that as well. And this was literally just based off the fact that the daily opened on gold with no bottom wick, an instant push up right into daily support. So I think my entry was like, probably on average around here, but it was literally just, price came into this level. I was like, let me just go take a short and see how we react off this level. I didn't even go down to the 5 minute on this long play. I didn't need to. I was like, it's a nice 30 level. I'm happy to hold this and come back in like half an hour, see how it plays out. Because I'm very confident that the daily is going to flip back bearish and create a bottom wick. So if you now have a look at the daily now has that bottom wick. But when I got short, there was no bottom wick on this daily. So I'm like, I know at least if gold is going to have a push back up or a push back lower, you're going to create a bottom wick. So if you push up into, support or resistance with no bottom wick on the daily, it's a very simple trade. And this was literally just a rejection of this level was like an instant, $500. You still hadn't grabbed the lows. You spiked that down for like what came into lows of like 17, and then ended up pushing back up. But this is literally why execution is so key, because it's so easy that when price comes into that level, you think of, you plan, you say to yourself, look, when price comes into this level, I'm going to go short. And then when price comes into that level, you hesitate and you do nothing. And then price ends up reacting off that level and smashing full TP. And then you go and kick yourself, and then you kind of spend the rest of the day, ruining your performance because you hesitated and now you're frustrated. Because if you'd taken this original position, you wouldn't even be on the charts right now. And yeah, that's why, like I say, trading psychology, one of the most important parts of this game. You guys can see, how simple gold can be. Like just bouncing off this level, 20 ticks, bouncing off again. What was this? Another 15 ticks. If you just go for 15 every time, you're going to be able to catch very consistent moves on gold. But it's the fact that when price comes into these levels, before this was a big wick to flip higher. This was an incredibly bearish candle. But until it breaks the level, you have to take the trade. And it's as simple as that. Until price breaks that level, you cut your trade. So here's a perfect example. If you got long, once price did come back into that level, say stops was, below this low, the second that it closes back below the level, retests, that's your opportunity to cut the trade at break even. Breaks below, retest, you cut your trade. If you even want to flip it short, you can flip it back short and make back even more. But when gold is retesting these levels, it's the fact that it's looking like an incredibly bearish candle and no one wants to take the trade off an incredibly bearish candle, and then by the time it wicks all the way back up, you've already missed the move. So execution on gold and closures on gold is very important. I traded sweeps on EU and GU, but since I seen your video, gold is 10 times better, bro. Yeah, good man. Yeah, gold is much better. I've traded pound before, but I don't really like personally trading EU. I just prefer gold. I think gold moves a lot cleaner, respects levels like much better, and yeah, it liquidates the highs. And like I say, I think a lot of people have this misconception that gold is so complex and so difficult to trade when it's actually not true. It's just the emotions of gold and the way that it can flip in like sometimes the last 5 seconds of a candle. Like this could have looked incredibly bearish until like the last 10 seconds, and that's when everyone cuts the trade, and then as soon as you cut the trade, that's when it then flips back bullish and keeps pushing. But from a technical standpoint, yeah, gold can move very simple, as you guys can see here. Support, how many times it's bounced off this level and just reacted? What? 16 there. Almost 20 there. Gold is so simple. The market execution, yeah, it absolutely is. That's the thing. You just have to execute gold until it breaks a level. And once gold runs, gold can run. Like I actually should have flipped some longs on this position, but like I say, I wasn't on the charts below. Longs off this support again after creating the daily bottom wick and kind of a big left shoulder, head, right shoulder. You're already now running up 20 ticks. And you catch 20 ticks once, twice a week, 3 times a week. You're living a very good life. Once you get that consistency, like I always say, get that consistency, scale up the contract size, scale up the lots. You don't need to trade a $100,000 account to make good returns trading gold. And if you can hold anchors on gold, if you can hold anchors on gold and you can let your runners run, man, then runners on gold can turn into big positions, very very big positions. Do you leave stop loss or move it to BE? So I like if I come up to like 10 ticks and profit, something like that. I'm either closing partials or trailing, like at least half of my position. But yeah, as soon as I hit like 10 ticks and profits, yeah, if I don't secure partials, I'll be at least break even. I'm on 2 15-minute charts here, so 5 minutes close back bullish there. So if you got the sell stop there, you just cancel the sell stop as soon as it closes above the high. 30 still pushing pretty aggressive here. 15 closed bullish. That's the reason I didn't want to short off this just yet. YouTube fam, drop a little like for the stream. We've got 44 people tuning in this morning. We're having some nice volume here on Asia. If we get some nice moves, I'll stay on for a little bit longer today. But this is already having a nice little bounce here. You haven't really grabbed any 5-minute lows in this little move up, so I think you're going to see them get grabbed in a second. Coming into big 30 resistance right here as well, like here. The 15 is, so yeah, 15 level is also, let me just see, it's quite small. Let me just make it a little bit bigger. Let me make it a little bit bigger. 15, 15, 15. So let me see. Kind of, you get a lot of fake outs in this area. So you get a lot of fake outs here. Fake out, break back above, retest. You go long. Fake out, retest, big push. Little fake out again. So what's the likelihood of us having a fake out now? Probably pretty high. But yeah, this right here is a strong level on gold. What do you have back down into the lows? 20 ticks. But I personally think you are going to have some manipulation around this level. Let's get rid of this 5 level now. 5-minute resistance is going to be all the way up there. That's a lovely push. This is a big push. Pre our normal time. Like I say, this is gold been having some weird moves recently. The big 4-hour support. Yeah, big daily support. This is my daily level here. This is where you've already bounced off that 1930.5 level. Because I would have loved to have flipped long from there. Now it's a massive level. You already run up 20 ticks. Because this could easily be the low of the day on gold now. I mean, you got unemployment claims later on, but if you start looking at the daily on gold, for you guys on Zoom, you know the way we trade gold with a 3-pin pattern. This could be it right here. You've already come back. You've liquidated the low. You've already come back down to retest the low today. So could this be the drive that comes up into these previous daily high? It's very very possible. Very very possible. The likelihood of this daily high getting grabbed is pretty high. I would love it if that came in London, because I don't want to trade Asia for too long today. So 30 has just closed above this level here. So 30 closed above the resistance here, so you got nice confirmation that it could be time for gold to, come back up and push higher. You need a bottom weight to retest this level. 4-6. But yeah, unemployment claims today. Hopefully it's going to see gold have a big move. CPI brought in a lot of volume yesterday, but it didn't actually bring in that clean of moves. You try and trade like this after CPI, you get absolutely chopped up. This is where people blow accounts. So I didn't trade at all after CPI. I didn't even watch the charts. Where's Nasdaq after that? Nasdaq kind of moved a little bit clean. I kind of pushed up, came all the way back down, and then kind of pushed it back out. So it'd be very difficult to even trade NAS yesterday. How did the Russell move yesterday? Ooh, much cleaner. Look at that. Lovely push. Where's the New York Open yesterday? Dow kind of chopped around. Yeah, looks like the Russells probably had a cleanest move yesterday. Say cleanest, it's still kind of pretty choppy. So that's the New York Open there. Wicks up the highs. Then the 5 minute also still rejected support, came back up the retest. I mean, it'd be hard to tell if you could take it in real time, but the break of that low would have actually been a nice little play. It's on the 5 minute as well. Shorts from this region would have been even nicer. But yeah, gold's still pushing higher. No bottom wick on this 15 or 30 yet, which I think you're going to see created pretty soon. If you want to hedge some shorts down into that, be nice. But yeah, you guys on Zoom and YouTube, feel free to shoot over any questions about any trades, any analysis, any other instruments that you may be watching. If you guys are watching GJ, anything like that, although I don't trade it, I'm still happy to break down for you guys. Drew up this trade. Trade not in since there was no noise. Thoughts, no wait for the flip. Let's have a look, man. Let me have a look. So what's this on? Oh, GJ, this looks pretty nice actually. You're on GJ 5 minutes. Let's take a look, man. Let's take a look. Looks like a pretty nice push, to be honest. Only concern would have been, I mean, because the entry was nice. I possibly, that's easy to say in hindsight, I possibly would have been waiting for this high to get grabbed, which I think you'll still see. I personally would have been waiting for that to get grabbed, I think. It's easy for me to say I probably would have taken, but if I'm being completely honest, I think I would have been waiting for that to get grabbed, because sitting just above that high is also this broken level, which I do still think now is going to be a pretty nice opportunity for you to, you know, you could even flip a trade into that. I think price coming up to grab that previous high is pretty likely, since there was a lot of noise now, yeah. But it was a very nice call, man. Your levels look great as well. I just didn't even mean to. I just drew on the exact same level as you here, which is a very nice level. So look at that. Before that real push up, you come back down, you wick out the previous 5 minute low, and then you have the real push. So because you're at 15 minute, like 30 and 15 resistance, this is where you may actually see that retracement to come and re-grab that high. And then once you re-grab that high, yeah, you may be able to play the range again. Yeah. If you're waiting or looking for something like that, I would have been doing the exact same. I would have been waiting for us to come back, re-grab that high, retest these levels a little bit more, and then amazing, there's your 10 ticks. But no, nice call, man. Very nice call. Especially after the banger you got yesterday as well. Was it yesterday? Yeah, you got that short yesterday. Huge, huge, huge play. Absolutely huge play. AUD USD, yep, we'll take a look, man. I'll take a look. How's gold reacting here? Printing a little bit doji on this 5. Yeah, I went to sleep as a happy man. Yeah, good job. Yeah, it's a very, very nice trade. It was a very nice trade. So have a look at the Australian futures, which is exactly the same thing, but just the guys who are trading the futures. Let's take a look. Ooh, look! Wow, holy shit! Has there been some news? Was there news this morning? No wonder gold's having such a big move. The Australian dollars were running as well. Oh no! So you got big AUD news today. You got unemployment rates at 11.30. So this is a pretty big pre-move. It's a very big pre-move actually. I don't know if anyone took that. That's a look at that breakout, little bottom weight, boom. That's a big move. Have a look on the daily. Oh look at that! I didn't even trade this, but that was from the Sunday call. Looking for price to come back down. You still haven't really grabbed any daily lows here on gold, but you've now grabbed the highs. So I would still be watching that. Let me get rid of that. But yesterday has already come back down, you know, whipped back into this key support after breaking back above and now currently pushing higher. So I would be watching this daily high up here. I think you're very likely to see that get grabbed. From an intraday perspective, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. From an intraday perspective, yeah, you're already pushing up. This is a very, very big move. So I'd be watching for this high to get grabbed. I think any rejections in this region is going to probably bring in some people trying to jump in shorts for looking for this big play down. Whereas I think as soon as you do reject from here, I personally would be looking at any long opportunities up into this high. So if you kind of got this level here. If you see rejections, I think a lot of people will be trying to look at this resistance here. I imagine some people are probably trying to jump in shorts now. If you do reject here, then amazing. That's what you want to see before liquidating highs, and then that's when you could see that push back down into them levels to then price to come up and grab them highs, and then from these regions, who knows? Could you come all the way back down there? Well, that will depend on the news. But yeah, any rejections from here is very likely a retail trap. So if you see here before this big push up here, you had this support again, and you hadn't grabbing any lows. So people jump in longs here, they put their stop loss. You know, even here, all of this rejection of all this level is where people try and jump in longs. You got a lovely double bottom, and that's a beautiful setup as well. You got a lovely double bottom. So what do you have sitting down below there? Liquidity. So price comes down, wicks out all that support, and then has that run higher. So you pretty much want to be looking for the exact same thing to these highs. The more you reject around here without, I'd be watching, as long as you don't grab, like this daily high, any rejections from here, I'd be looking for longs up into that. So same as this. If I was intradaying AUDUSD at anywhere in these regions, I'd be looking to short into that liquidity. So yeah, that's kind of what I kind of see on AUDUSD. What we got going on here for Goldie? More importantly, I'm still pushing it up. Still pretty. It's too overextended now to jump in longs just yet in the Asian session. Let's have a look at the pound as well. I think I drew up some analysis on Sunday. Yeah, there you go. Look at this. It's the exact same thing on the pound. That was that third drive into highs. Came down, bounce, boom, boom. Very, very, very simple moves there. I don't really trade pound futures, but that was very nice shorts from there. It has the resistance, little double top, grabs the double top, breaks lower, retest. For you guys who in Discord trade the intraday plan, liquidity grab, boom, boom, straight into that liquidity. So yeah, very nice push. Very nice push. And then wicks out, respects the low. See, look, respects the low, and then comes down, wicks out the low, and that's when you see that nice push. Actually, wick down again, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, big move on gold. Yeah, big move on gold. The only long opportunity was from already down here, but I wasn't on the charts there. There's nowhere to jump in it from here, but this was the only long opportunity here. But I wasn't on the charts there. But the more you keep extending like this, if you try to jump in longs now, you got to be very careful, especially in Asia. But this right here very well could be the low of the day. And you could see this respected, and then the next target is going to be up here. But because, I don't know if it's going to come in Asia, we'll see. But because this is such a huge level, the likelihood of gold just pushing straight through this is unlikely. You're very likely going to create a lot of noise, create a lot of space, and then that's when you then may get the retracement, probably more so into the London session, which is great for us. And then, you could be looking for that big play back up into the daily highs. Whether you get the big play up in the daily highs pre-unemployment claims, you'll have to see. But overall today, this is a pretty nice reversal formation on gold. Pretty nice reversal formation. I kind of wish I'd been on the charts to reflip that long. I would have made more than the shorts. But yeah, that's what it is. You can't catch them all. You cannot catch them all. But yeah, we've been breaking down gold really well recently. Really well. Kind of see here. Once you, that right there was a lovely long. So it broke back above the level. Left shoulder, head, lovely push. Head and shoulders on gold. Took a little 10 tick scalp on the bottom of the body when it formed the top wick. Oh, beautiful, man. Where'd you get it from, David? You get it from around here? Is this nice little... Oh, look at that. Yeah, 10 ticks already. 1932.2. Very nice, man. Let me have a look. At that, if you got it at that level, that's a beautiful... There you go. You just took the reaction off the level. Amazing. If this created a bottom wick first, then that's amazing. There you go. 11 ticks. 1932. Yeah, great trade, man. Great trade. For you guys on YouTube, David on Zoom just took this very nice little play here. And that's all you need. That's you done for the day. Honestly. Yeah, that sounds like crazy, but literally, David, there, man, that's you done for the day. What time is it in, Perth right now? What, like, not even 9 AM? And that's your move done for the day, man. Done. You either take 8:42, yeah, amazing, there you go. You're already done before 9 AM. You just got from here to here. You want to close 90%, leave a little runner, maybe up into this liquidity, you can. If you just want to close full, man, take the profit and you're done. Easy, literally. And right there, David, you've literally done exactly what I've been talking about, where, like I always say, like the key to trading gold well is just executing, and that's exactly what you did. If you had hesitated on that trade, you would have been pissed because you knew how well it was going to come in, and it literally did. Broke above the level, created the bottom wick first, retested. Your stop loss is based off if you close back below that level, you cut it like 1, 2, 3 ticks, but as long as it holds that level, you hold your longs, and there you go. You've already got the push back up into that resistance. Is it as easy as that? So good fucking job on executing it, man. This is what I want to see. I want to see people executing their own trades more. It's amazing. Same as jumping on I jumped on like 4 or 5 one-to-one calls yesterday, and it was always great to catch up with you guys and emphasize how much you just have to start executing. You know, I'm always going to be here to, you know, trade live with you guys on Zoom, but the real key is creating you guys into the best traders possible and executing your own trades, learning them emotions is the fucking key. This is a very nice trade, man. Very nice trade. And that's it. Yeah, you got your 10 ticks for the day. You know, regardless of the contract size you are trading now, relate that to any other size and prove to yourself that you can do that consistently and profitably. You know, the losses are going to come. That's part of the game. And then just scale from then on out, man. Like I say, if you can consistently catch, 30 ticks, 20 ticks a week, man, you're chilling. And that's nothing on gold. So I'm going to take Lewis' idea for journaling. Thought about me on Discord. Yeah, I like that as well. I just saw Lewis done that. I didn't know Lewis did that. Yeah, Lewis has a whole Discord server just dedicated to each channel is a different month and just journals everything in Discord. I think that's a great idea, and you can literally keep that forever. It's like that pitch you sent with the risk reward. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, literally, David. I was looking at that again yesterday. Where's that picture? I think it was the win rate one. I think it was the win rate one. Where's my desktop? Yeah, I'll share it for you guys on YouTube as well. Let me share it. I think this is really eye opening. And like I just said, like with the trade that David just took like literally 10 ticks on gold in like 10 minutes with little to no thought process other than it had traded above a level. Amazing. That's the trade. Whereas most people these days are just so focused on doing so much analysis that by the time price comes into the region where you want to do something, you're hesitating because you're overthinking like 10 different confluences. Keep it super simple. You got liquidity grabs, you got momentum, price breaks above a level, take the trade. If it breaks back below, cut the trade. And just keep it as simple as that. The key to everyone's success is executing with zero hesitation. And the more you analyze, the more you're going to hesitate. And that is the reason I think a lot of traders fail these days. There's so much analysis paralysis out there these days. And the best traders that I know trade literally the simplest of setups. Let me just see here. What time is it? I'll share that risk reward that you're talking about, David, here. Is it so like 46, like 1 hour in? how I share this link. Let me share this link with you guys so you guys can see what we're talking about. If you guys are on YouTube, let me share it. I think this link's pretty eye-opening. And you need to know these things. You need to know your data, of course. Oh, my computer lagging. I don't know why I bought this Mac. Yeah, so look at that rod on gold. That's a beautiful run. So I'll share it here for you guys on Zoom. I've just shared it for you guys on YouTube. You guys can have a look at that. Yeah. You know, don't get me wrong. Risk to reward in trading is important. But, you know, trying to constantly pull out 1 to 10s all the time, like you see most Instagram gurus doing, is not the key to success. Because then, you know, your win rate's going to be a lot lower. And for me personally, I would rather have more regular 1 to 2s and 1 to 3s than that jackpot trade that's going to give me the 1 to 10. I used to trade like that, and we in the community have caught 1 to 10s many of times, but the amount of times that it would come up would maybe like be once every 2 months or something. You can lose 75% chance and still be profitable. Yeah, 100%, man. Easily. Like if you guys have got a win rate of like more than 50%, that's already amazing. If you're not yet at even 50%, that's still good. This isn't. But yeah, like this is like if you just go for 1 to 2, if you go to 1-to-1 risk reward, you need a 60% win rate. If you go for 1 to 2s, you could be profitable with just a 40% win rate, which is crazy. You think you take 10 trades, you lose 6 of them, you will still be profitable. So I think that is very, very key. And you know, if you go for 1 to 4s, 20% win rate, 30% win rate, you're going to be profitable. I wouldn't worry about going that high. I would just focus on, for you guys on Zoom, just man, focus on this region. Even this, you can consistently pull out 1-to-1s, and this isn't even including runners. It doesn't even include runners. Look at that push on gold, and that's letting it hit. Yeah, Scott, very true, man. That's letting it hit full stop loss as well. We haven't hit full stop loss in, I have no idea when. I haven't hit full stop loss in a very long time, and that's very true, Scott. That's with this hitting full stop loss, and it's also not including runners. So you could easily be, you know, down in these regions. Look at that push on gold. What a monster of a move. Like I say, only entry for this move on gold was down here, but I wasn't on the charts there. There's no entry above here. David, if you got runners on that gold trade, I mean, if you didn't, it doesn't matter. Don't beat yourself up. But if you do, there's your 20 ticks. Manage getting this long and trading every 5 minutes. Well, that's what I've been doing more. And this is what we were talking about yesterday on our calls. Is like when there's volume, you can literally, like if you got longs from down here or wherever, once you clear this noise, you trail there, your new trail stops there, and you know you just hit what 35 ticks, close 80%. You know your current trailing stop will be down here, and yeah, man, that's a fucking monster of a move. Like I said, I'm not in this move. I would love to have been in this move. The only place to jump in this move is here, was down here. If anyone wants me to run over how or why you could have entered here, let me know and we'll run over it. But that was the only place to jump in longs. I mean, if you see on the futures chart here, the only other place would have to be jumped in longs. If I just bring this up a little bit, you still didn't actually tap into it. My only other long opportunity would have been here. But the second opportunity was wait, the futures and currency chart are very different. No, so on the currency chart, the only entry to catch it from down here was here, but then the best entry would have been here. Like I said, I wasn't on the charts there, but that there would have been an absolute banger of an entry. You know, you're currently locking in like 25 ticks if you just want to be aggressive. Fucking, I would be aggressive at that point. As soon as I hit anything over 30 ticks, I will lock that in, regardless of if it's below a 5-minute low. If I hit 30 ticks, I'm putting it there. I think this could set us up for a good London trade now, because now you've had this big move in Asia. Don't be surprised to see it do something like this, which is good. That's what you want to see before London. We've been jumping on London recently to moves like this and then London ranges, because we've seen a move like this in the Asian session. The rest of Asia could range and London could give us a good move. Could you have entered a risky buy stop at 1910? Let's have a look, man.
I'm bouncing, bro. I'll probably see you for London, man, if I'm home in time.
Yeah, sounds good, man. I'll see you then.
See you, bro.
Take it easy, man. So could have entered at 19. Why is the YouTube stream lagging? Let me turn this off. Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. So 1910 215. If it reflips bullish, 1910 215. Yes. What the fuck? That's weird. You guys still here? That was weird. Is my Wi-Fi being shit? You guys on Zoom hear me all good? I think my chart just lagged out a bit there. I don't know if my Wi-Fi is. Oh, it seems alright. Yeah, everything's good. Cool. Alright, man. I don't know. That was weird. Yeah. So sorry, you were saying even a London pass wasn't even clean. No, that's why London's been so frustrating. Not because I haven't been taking trades, but being able to take them with you guys. We haven't had a move like this in London in so long. Like, the moves on gold recently have been coming at such weird times. So, did you mean 1910 like around for this high here? What do you mean like to be fair, this one here would have been nice, because the only thing is that I didn't expect such a big move to come in Asia. But I mean, pretty much as soon as, so if we just zoom into some pure price action here now. If this was going to be a liquidity high, and this was going to be a liquidity grab of this resistance to drive back lower, then that would be it. But pretty much, the second that you break that high, that's then where the liquidity grab, that's not a liquidity grab. If you re-break that high, that's where you're going to see that drive. So you re-broke that high, which would have been the liquidity high, and then you drove. Exactly the same, here. If this hadn't pushed down and retraced, the second you break that high, because that's a nice liquidity grab of these highs, then you're going to keep pushing, and that's exactly what we did. Same as this move down here, because this is a nice liquidity grab. If this low was to be broken, you'd see it have a nice push back down. So yeah, from that region, it would have been nice. Maybe in London you could take that. I wouldn't normally take it in Asia, because a lot of the times in Asia you can wick out liquidity highs a little bit more to grab a little bit more liquidity. But yeah, if that was in a high volume session, amazing, very very nice. It's either after Asia or pre-New York. Yeah, or even pre-London recently. Like yesterday, this is why it was we ranged yesterday in London, because you had this massive dip at like 6:35. We jump on London at here after prices already dropped like 30 ticks, so it was bound for London to range. But this move here on gold is nice. Because at some point you're going to find some resistance, and then because this is such a big move in Asia, the likelihood of this just continuing to range now for the next hour is pretty high. So the more you range, the more likely you can see a pullback in London to then come up and grab the daily highs. But like I say, I think this is going to be the low of the day. But unemployment claims, we'll see. This is probably the Asian markets kind of reacting to that CPI news as well. So this is off the back of CPI. But from a technical perspective, yeah, a lovely trade. The best optimal entry from down here was once it re-grabbed that previous low and then flipped back bullish. You could try and trade the head and shoulders there. I personally would rather that. Wait for the bounce out the head and shoulders. 5 minute wicks out the previous 5 minute low. Reflips back bullish. There's your trade. There's your stop loss. There's your first target, and then there's your runner. You could have a runner right now. Resistance level. I think it will bounce from. Yeah. Absolutely, it's gonna. What the fuck is this? Why am I on 80 CAD? If I go to the 30-minute time frame, all of where we are in now, see all this big level right now. Like even all the way up to these bodies. All of this it's hard to draw as one level because it's such a big zone. But anywhere in here right now, this is where you're like. This is looking incredibly bullish now. By the time this hourly closes, you'll probably start to find some resistance, so you can start to wick back down. You've got 3 minutes till the close. With the way gold moves, anything. I mean, if you get closures above here, you may just keep pushing higher, back up into these regions. But I'll be very surprised, if you just keep running from this Asian move. This is the Asian boys are pumping the market today, pumping gold. Absolute banger of a play. Like I say, I'm not in it, I don't really care, but it is a very, very nice play. I think it's going to set us up nicely today, though. Alright guys, give me 2 seconds when we run to the toilet. Cheers, yeah, no worries, Drew, man. No worries. So you're already starting to reject here on gold. You got 1 more minute to this Owlie's going to close. You never want to jump in the last 5 minutes of the Owlie on gold in Asia. But yeah, for the Zoom guys, I'm only sticking around for this hour today, and especially now that you've had that move, because now you can expect Asia's going to range, and I think we're going to wait for London. But this was kind of just more of a little interactive session just to still catch up and run over the little positions and emphasize to you guys the power of execution. Because look, if you had just bounced this off this support, look at that. Incredible move. Absolutely incredible. But let's have a look at before we go. Let's have a look at some other pairs. See what we've got going on for the rest of the day. I already gave the Australian dollar analysis. Have a look at the euro quickly. What other news do we have today? I think I'm gonna hop off. See you in London. Yeah, enjoy, Antonio Mao. See you in London. See you there, man. What other news have we got today? So we got euro news. You got euro news 15 minutes before unemployment claims. So I don't want to give too much analysis on the euro futures. Good to see it's ranging so much. And we have a look at let's have a look at the S&P for the day. See what we got going on here. Did anyone Zoom trade New York yesterday after CPI? I personally didn't. I don't know if anyone stayed up and tried to trade it. It looked pretty aggressive day, to be honest. But yeah, in terms of looking at the S&P, see how we're starting to form on the weekly. Haven't really grabbed any weekly lows. I'm not sure if the Nasdaq has. The day had a daily close yesterday. No, it's pretty doji actually. Kind of created instant top wick. Still, the intraday is bullish right now. Paper trading, well, I learned from you on gold. It got in about 10:30 with a minus 300 on the account, and now at plus 89. Learned a lot today. Hey, good man, good job, Drew. Keep paper trading, keep showing up in paper trading, man. You'll take a lot from these streams. Take more from these streams than you will on any other Furu's course, that's for sure. So good job, man. Keep showing up. Yeah, S&P bounced pretty heavy off that support. You had some pretty crazy spikes yesterday. You know, you never closed below the support, but you had some very, very big spikes. And that would have shaken off a lot of people who were trying to jump into some longs. Then again, to come back down and wick it again is crazy. So yesterday was a very, very aggressive day. Off the back of CPI, is completely expected. That's why I didn't trade it. But from an intraday standpoint on the S&P, I think you're going to see it push up higher and grab these highs. You know, in London, you could see the S&P dip a little bit lower, come back down and retrace some of this little push you're already having in Asia. But these highs on the S&P look pretty interesting. Very, very interesting, actually. Oh yeah, I also saw someone said this morning that Deal have blocked payouts. Is that just for Forex? Deal Forex pay. I think that's just for Forex funds, which is pretty crazy because I used to do all my FTMO through Deal. The Deal handled over 72 million in payouts for my Forex funds. Holy shit. Did over 72 million in payouts. That's crazy. So has it been what? Deal aren't paying people out from FX anymore? That's pretty crazy. So there you go. You just had that hourly close on gold. It's actually still closed pretty bullish. That right there is a stronger push than you saw in all of London and all of the US session. And it's still only 40 ticks, but still, that's a very, very big close on gold for Asia. Now, if you didn't already catch that move in Asia, the likelihood of that just continuing another 40 ticks is unlikely. So yeah, you do have to be a little bit careful of that. But Zoom guys, I'll let you guys go. But for London, I think, you know, we'll let this move retrace a little bit more, and then we could be looking for this to pull back down to these levels, and then you could be looking for like a push back up into the daily highs. So I think London, as long as this Asia move can, they're already retracing, as long as this continues to range, London could be pretty active today. You know, if we get some movement like we did yesterday at like 6 AM time, I'm going to be here anyway. We may even jump on a little bit earlier. But if you guys on Zoom, I'll let you guys know. And I'll see you guys in like 5 hours for the London session. But yeah, good job today, David, on the trade. Good job on the analysis, guys. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. You too, man. See ya. Bye. Are you in a trade now? I already took a trade this morning. I already took 15 ticks on gold. But no, we already had a crazy bounce. I took a little scalp short. I wanted to get back in this long, but you know, once the move actually started to happen, the main long opportunity was from here. But I wasn't on the charts then. You know, we jumped back on the charts here. And, you know, once we did it, it had already had that big push up. So, yeah. For me, personally now, you know, for you guys on Zoom, I wasn't, on YouTube. I'm only trading Asia for an hour today just because I've already had a little move. And I'm also going to be waiting for London, especially now you've had this big pump. I would say to you guys who are on YouTube, do not trade Asia. It's very, very likely that Asia is going to continue to range now. Unless you caught that huge move up, amazing. The likelihood of Asia now ranging until London is pretty high. So I'm personally just going to take a step back. And wait for that London session to come in. But I shared a lot of wisdom today for you guys on YouTube. So you guys tune in. Remember, we'll be live again tomorrow for the London session. We'll be live in the community in like a few hours for the London session. But for you guys on YouTube, we'll be live again for the London session tomorrow. Apologies that it's a bit quick today. But it's a beautiful day outside. I've already caught a nice scalp today. And I kind of want to enjoy some time off the charts before the London session. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. If you did enjoy the stream, remember, drop a little like. Check out the other videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.